Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I wanted to take a moment and just say our hearts, our prayers, and our thoughts have gone out to those that have been affected by the tragedy. Woo! Let me tell you about Southern Holler. Deep-rooted conversation on civics and business. It offers an insightful exploration of local politics, community dynamics, and business partnerships. Each episode unravels a complex interplay between civic affairs and business ventures.
Power Evans.
Jeremiah Outwater.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How you doing, boss man?
Good. Well, speaking of sponsors, I want to give a shout out to Miss Deb Donaldson, our associate sponsor.
Absolutely.
In support of our shows and episodes. Just kind of along our journey. We're always looking for new partners. Partner with them and their companies. And
absolutely. Come on and join the Holler. I want you to be a part of it. Come along and have fun with us. What you got on the docket today, boss man?
Well, we got a bunch of things going on. We did take almost a month off.
Yeah.
You've been busy. I've been busy. We do community things.
Yeah.
A lot of things behind the scenes. But we're trying to support as many people as we can.
Absolutely. September's just been one of those months that, everything that could happen happened.
Yeah.
You know, community as well as personal life and and business and everything like that. But especially the community part. You wanted to be respectful and wanted to be there as much as you can. And so, that had to take precedent. And we wanted that to take precedent because for all of us, we care deeply about our home. I grew up in Barrow County. I was born and raised there. I went through the school system there. So, whenever something happens to my home, it's personal. Take it personal and it hurts to your core. So you want to do what you can to help.
Yeah. What's funny is I work outside of the area. So Gwinnett County and some of the Atlanta area. I really do like my coworkers and the clients that I have out there. The first thing they come up and tell me is how to fix situations that we all went through, are still recovering from. And I was like, I'm not ready to hear that. I said, because we're still suffering.
Yeah.
I said, so we'll figure out the politics of it down the road. Yeah. We'll try to figure out the right thing to do.
Yep.
Just let it breathe. Honestly, just getting our kids back to normal, getting our teachers and helpers and principals, and just get everybody back on the same page. We actually did something really cool this morning. I wouldn't normally talk about this, but just because there are some really good guys there. Our Thursday night group is called, we've brought this up before, it's called Holy Smokes. We just enjoy being together. We don't come from the same churches. We're all different churches, but we practice our faith and try to live it out. Anyway, so a group of us went to Chi East. Mm-hmm. We were sponsored 450 biscuits from Dairy Queen and Winder. Mm-hmm. Again, thank you for that.
Big shout out to Dairy Queen because they made 450 biscuits, which is a lot of biscuits.
We're all looking for a place to where we could serve and make kids smile and the teachers smile.
Absolutely. And I think it's good to bring it up because, good to see the kids. It's good to see the teachers back.
Right.
And
the school bus drivers. We had a good conversation with them.
It's good to see all of that because, while it's not a normal situation, it feels normal, to see kids in a classroom, teachers teaching, and things like that. And so that's nice, hearing the morning bell and, hearing the announcements come over in the morning and the intercom. And, it's just like it's somewhat hype. But, again, it's not a normal situation and for these kids. But I tell you, something that's interesting, these kids are young adults are very resilient. Very. Very resilient.
Yeah.
A lot of laughter. Good to hear that. It's refreshing.
It is refreshing,
and it's good to hear that because all of us. I don't think there's been one person that hasn't probably cried, grieved, or anything over this past month. And so it's nice to see that in that element. It's been everywhere. You've seen it everywhere, but it's something that you got to talk about because it's easy to look on a news screen and see somebody's picture on that screen, and when you start talking about them, when you talk about them, when you continue that memory, these are people. And
there are people.
They are people. They are people.
Well, there are ours. There are family, neighbors.
They are our people.
Yeah, they are
our people. If you want to introduce our well-groomed guest today, the mountain man himself.
Yeah. Well, we have a guest from City of Auburn.
We love him. That's why we come.
Yeah. He goes by a couple names. Taylor's one of them. TJ's another. Last name's Sisk.
Guys, I'm happy to be here. Absolutely thrilled and privileged. Yeah, this is a blessing. Blessing to be here. Blessing to spend some time with y'all and talk. So
awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Well, let's start with this. We were just talking about at the beginning of the show, getting into kind of how our communities responded to things. You had already started doing something in our school system in Auburn.
Correct.
Well, it's in the Barrow County cluster, but it's in Auburn. What have you been doing with kids?
I became a mentor this school year. That's been an absolute blessing. Getting to pour into these children is not only a blessing for them, but it's rewarding for you too, because I'm telling you, getting to go and see the kid that I mentor every week and how excited he is to go and see me walk through the halls. Every week I bring him lunch. He gets to pick. I let him kind of run the day, run the hour that I spend with him. So I let him pick what we do for lunch. And then after that, I let him pick the activities that we do during lunch.
Sure.
And typically for the mentorship, they ask an hour a week if you can. They're flexible with their time because they want people to come in and spend time with these kids. The excitement that he shows me whenever I come to see him is just above this world. It excites me.
Sure.
It's my highlight of my week. Whenever I walk through the halls, I'm carrying Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Arby's, whatever he wants, right? And then he sees me coming, and he is just thrilled out of his mind. And in the same token, just to kind of put an emphasis on how bad we need mentors, if I'm not mistaken, the last statistic I heard inside Barrow County, I think we've got 50 inside the whole county.
Right.
And we've got a couple hundred kids that really need mentors.
Yeah. And you've challenged, again, the guys that we hang out with in our circles. You challenged our guys to find a space once a week, lunch break.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do with your job and accessibility, just to help fill out space through the week. And you never know how much it can help.
Yeah, and some people's work situations are not as flexible. I'm very fortunate with my job. My bosses allow me to do a lot of things that a lot of folks can't do. They see what I'm doing inside the community, so they really kind of allow me to have that freedom to go and do, whether it's activities with the school system or events or do things with the city of Auburn. It can be a demanding job, and I allow it to be because I like to be involved.
Sure.
And so my management at my job allows me to, and I'm very, very grateful for that. It's crazy. An example, one day, I was walking down the halls with Stacy Dupree. She runs the program inside Auburn. As I was walking with her down the hall, a child runs up to her, and he was so excited because he thought I was his mentor, because he was like, "Hey, Miss Stacy, is this my mentor?" And she's like, "No, honey, hopefully, Friday." So he was so let down that his mentor hadn't arrived yet. She had said, "Look, I just got him to the point where he was able to coax with not having one yet." Like, these kids, when they have a mentor, they perform so much better in the classroom setting. And it's phenomenal to see. So the kid that I'm working with, he is, like I said, he's a blessing. And when I first started working with him, he had some issues and struggling in math. We don't do a lot of academic stuff. I really just kind of let him play.
Right.
He's a very artsy kid, and I think it's phenomenal. Play with paints, clay, anything that he wants to do. We'll build things and then paint the things that he builds. I mean, again, I just let him tell me what he wants to do, and that's what we do. The last milestone we had, he was having a hard time with his times tables. Really had to, trying to get out of the one times, right? And so I was talking to him, and I said, "Well, how are you doing?" He said, "Man, I'm doing good on my times tables." And I was like, "Really?" So he got all the way up to 7s. And I was like so tickled about that, right? So
totally.
These kids see and have somebody who invests in them,
Yeah.
and the school system recognizes that, and then that translates to academics.
Sure.
So it's crazy to see that me just spending a little bit of time with him, having somebody there to just say, "Look, I'm here to just spend time with you,
right.
to pour into you."
Yeah.
And we talk about whatever he wants to talk about.
Right.
That translates into him progressing.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, a group of us were at the Chief. First thing you said was looking for mentors.
Yeah.
And looking for people to support the kids.
And men specifically, right?
Specifically men.
That's a hard one to come across, because typically the school recognizes that, and I can't speak for the school system, this is just what I hear just in passing, men relate to boys differently than a female mentor would relate to boys, right? So having that ability to relate to a young boy who's growing up, they just have different conversations. Being able to serve in that way, I think, is most beneficial, because there's a shortage of mentors, but there's even more shortage of men mentoring. It is a commitment, because the kid that I'm mentoring, he asked me how long I was going to be with him. And I said, "Buddy, you've got me for the long term, so you got to have to deal with me."
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
he was excited, but he had just lost his mentor.
Okay.
And he was devastated by that, right? Because her schedule wasn't working. So it is a commitment, because these kids look up to you. They look forward to you. More importantly,
right?
You're the highlight of their week. Right, so tomorrow's field day, so I'm going to go spend a couple hours with them at field day.
It's field day already?
Yeah.
You're on the city of council?
Yes.
How long have you been serving now?
So this is my 3rd year.
3rd year.
Yeah.
Wow. So you got another year, and then figure out what you're going to do next?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. So we're at kind of in the city of Auburn. I reside in the city of Auburn. Don't you do it?
Mm-hmm. Tensing up.
I know. I can feel it over there.
His hands tingling.
Out of respect to the people in Auburn.
Yeah, thank you. Every single time.
Listen, I'm good. I'm behaving myself today. Funny enough, because usually sometimes I don't behave myself. This is like the little comedy hour. I'll keep it down on the on the West Winder comments.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll just keep the city of Auburn. So we'll talk city of Auburn things here. We're kind of winding down the season.
We have Auburn Fest, which is a huge fall fest that we do in Auburn. That is on the 19th.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
they do a barbecue.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's a great time. Great.
Don't you? You judge it.
Usually judge.
Oh,
judge.
Yeah, I've done a couple of judges.
If they need any help, just let
slight of taste.
Yeah, we got some for the amateur and professional barbecues coming in, and I've been lucky and fortunate enough and blessed to try barbecue from a lot of different people.
Oh yeah, I would be very harsh as a judge. I feel like I would be the Simon Cowell of barbecue judges.
Well, in City of Auburn barbecue contests, they do well.
Okay, good.
It's top notch.
Good.
So we have Auburn Fest. Let's see, the farmers market. I think season just ending.
It's coming to a close very soon. That's on Tuesdays, and then the 29th we have a trick or treat inside the city.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I think that's 6 to 7:30.
Is it in the old downtown?
Yes, 4th Avenue.
Nice.
Yeah, so bring your kids and come out and do some trick or treating.
That'll pretty awesome.
That'll be super fun.
And then right now in the city of Auburn, we still have CPA going on.
Yeah. So they're finishing up their year. They're about to graduate.
That's right.
Their Citizens Police Academy. So that's super exciting.
Yeah.
So I think they're about to go into the gauntlet.
Yeah. And you don't, by the way, you don't have to live in the city of Auburn.
No.
You can live in the area.
Yeah.
Citizens Police Academy, the 10-second here, is just taking citizens that just want to know kind of like how the day-to-day life law enforcement operates. Yep. You get to learn some hands-on.
Oh, it's very hands-on. Very hands-on.
And our instructor is Sergeant Farr.
Yes.
Chief and mayor and council like yourself, supports the program for, it's been, 15, 16 years?
Yeah, it's been quite some time.
Yeah.
Very successful program. And we, like you said, we have people come all the way from, I think last year we had people from Cleveland.
Right.
Drive down to take it. It's phenomenal. And after sitting in other municipality, Citizens Police Academy, not to be biased, but ours is the most hands-on and the funnest. There's no classroom time.
No,
none.
Very little. It's always funny when people show up with reams of paper.
Yeah.
To write down notes.
Yeah.
It
ain't that kind of class.
You're not going to need that.
Yeah.
You're going to go home tired. You're going to go home tired.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And one day we'll have to get Auburn one helicopter for Sergeant Farr.
Yes, he's still trying.
He's still almost there.
I want a helicopter, a real helicopter.
He wants a helicopter.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Had to get a spotlight on it, too. Those high-speed car chases that go through downtown Auburn.
Totally.
Yes.
Well, we'll definitely have to work it in the budget one year.
I would love to see that helicopter fly in. You got to put your helipad on the top of y'all's new city hall.
Right on the back of the sidewalk.
Right on the back of the sidewalk and just, fly in,
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get to my council meeting quick. Can you come pick me up?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a manned drone, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a drone.
Oh, it's going to be a drone. That'd be great.
That would be awesome. What else is happening in Auburn?
Well, we're about to start using our water reservoir. I'm super tickled. And that's something with power. Yeah, that's a joint venture with the city of Winder that we're absolutely tickled for.
We'll be, self-sufficient.
Yes.
Be able to provide water for a long time too.
Yeah.
And this hate now is water's a big point right now as far as with cities and counties across the state is, making sure that they're going to have enough water to, sustain themselves for the next, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And so with this water reservoir comes on for our two cities, we'll be able to sustain that water infrastructure for a very long time with that.
This is incredibly exciting. And for cities our size to be able to start producing and managing water, this is a big deal for us.
Absolutely.
And this is a huge blessing that was well before our time.
Oh, yes, before we even got on.
And it's about to come online. Yeah, council before me, as long as yourself and y'all's council before us, they've worked diligently on this project in order to see it through. Yep. So we're incredibly excited for this to come online.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
Once that reservoir comes on, Everybody will still have issues with droughts if they come, but we'll be able to weather that a little bit better with this reservoir coming on.
Right.
It's going to be pivotal for our two cities along with the county, I believe. Auburn's been a great partner. It's good to have cities that are, working together and being able to do projects like that. So we're excited.
Yeah, you want teammates in the same side of the arena to go after projects like this, because these level of partnerships, they can't be done by themselves.
Absolutely.
So everybody benefits, our citizens benefit.
Absolutely.
So we're incredibly excited and thankful for this.
Absolutely.
Do you want to take a minute and talk about kind of what's happening next in Auburn in the next couple of years, trying to develop Old Downtown?
Yeah, no. So that's the other thing that's really exciting. So we're starting our downtown revitalization project. So basically all of 4th Avenue, we just signed it over to the Downtown Development Authority to start looking at. It's going to be about a $15 million project. So we're looking at potentially a brewery, some more restaurants, green space, and then retail space along with extra parking. So we're incredibly thankful for that opportunity. Again, council before myself has worked diligently, along with the mayor before us, and current has worked diligently to try to set up the infrastructure to incorporate and get ready for a development like this. And it's so exciting to know that we get feedback every year, and with our comp plans, our strategic implementation plan, folks want somewhere to eat. They want to eat inside of our county. They want to eat in our city. They want their tax dollars to be spent here at home, right? For us to be able to build something that allows them to do that is huge.
One of the most notable feedback is something coffee related.
Yeah.
We're always looking for another drive-in, drop-in coffee place.
Yes.
So that would be awesome if we did that. Hopefully something down the line will be happening there. And then we still deal with some buildings that are empty.
Yes.
One day, we all know what they are. I just don't want to use the name.
Yeah.
One day to be able to do something with that as well. Yeah, really proud of Auburn. The older I get, I'm kind of like everybody else where I don't want to leave my house or leave the area. When I ran for office last year, I got a billboard. Try not to flex here. I got a billboard, but I realized
it was an awesome billboard too.
When I was asking him, well, how many people will see this billboard when I run it?
Yeah.
Or release it, whatever it's called. He said, it's like, 73,000 people a month. I said, excuse me? He's like, yeah, 73,000 people estimated will drive by that billboard that you put up. And it's across from Ingalls.
Yeah.
And I said, it can't be that much. He goes, no, it is. We're always looking for people just to stop in, say hi. And then for us that live there, we would love to eat there a little bit more, have a couple more options for shopping and things like that. And I'd love to bring in some more doctors and specialty people there too. So yeah, a little of everything.
No, it's exciting because, if you can start incorporating commercial into your portfolio as a city, that helps reduce the burden on your taxpayers, which in our case, since we're a bedroom community, our taxpayer base is mostly citizens, right? Mm-hmm. So this is enabling us to start the adventure to push towards a diverse portfolio for that and really put our foot forward in advancing our comprehensive plan implementations, right?
Yeah. Well, and let's touch on this for just 2 seconds, because a lot of times I can talk to both of you guys both understand this, Power and TJ. A lot of your plans are still citizens-based.
Mm-hmm. Oh, always.
Feedback and plans. So it's not always made.
No.
I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions is like, I get in office and we're only going to do what I want to do today. It's like, that's not how this works.
Yeah. The greatest thing whenever we get citizen feedback, that allows us, Power and I, other council members, et cetera, that allows us to do our job better. Absolutely. Right? Because then it's not just us making decisions on a whim, right? So whenever we go out and we request citizen feedback, the more citizen feedback we receive on our plans allows us to further decisions because, hey, this is what y'all wanted. We took and compiled the information, and then this is where we got with our decisions, right? For instance, something I'm really proud that we're working on is our ordinances. We're updating those. Yeah. So our ordinances are really living and breathing documents, and they're designed to change with how your city changes. We're working diligently with updating things, whether it's housing codes or any kind of building requirements, et cetera, to kind of cater to what the feedback is that we receive, right? And so that's super exciting because it's pushing us to another step to help kind of move along with the things like the revitalization.
Sure.
I think it's super exciting that we're taking those steps forward to help kind of cater towards, I guess a good way to put it is a kind of more premium product that's coming into the city. So
I gotcha. And then I know you're a busy guy. We got to wrap up here in a minute. give 2 seconds. Give us a minute about the nonprofit that you started this year.
Oh yeah,
that you want to do. I know you do. We have a whole episode of just TJ what he's trying. I was trying to keep up with him. But go ahead. What's your nonprofit that you just started that you want to get off the ground?
Yeah, so I appreciate you asking about it. It's called All 5 Inc., and it's something that my wonderful beloved and I, Sarah, started. She's a special needs teacher inside Barrow County. Kind of the little bit of backstory on that is she was wanting to figure out a way to go beyond the classroom. In doing so, we kind of noticed that when it comes to kids with special needs, disabilities, etc., the resources that they receive, in essence, for the most part, sometimes stops at the classroom. So our goal is to bring awareness and kind of help support those families that we have talked to and discussed. How do we bring that to our local municipalities, local areas, communities, etc., so these kids with disabilities can be inclusive or included? So we don't want to be so inclusive that they're exclusive, right? And there's ways to do that. I'll go on the playground side of things because I like the playing aspect of it because I'm a child myself. You know, not all disabilities are visual, right? So, for instance, children with pacemakers, they really shouldn't be sliding down slides with like plastic slides, right? Because of ESD, electrostatic discharge. So the best avenues for them are going to be like a metal slide. Again, still something that everybody can use, but something that helps kind of cater so the families who are aware of that stuff know that, hey, my kid probably shouldn't be because it could affect their pacemaker. Or how can we make this playground setting more accessible for either kids with walkers or kids who need crutches or wheelchairs, so it's making the accessibility getting to the playground more usable, and just bringing awareness to that. Sensory-friendly rooms, either like in our library systems or having programs. I know a lot of our libraries do a fantastic job at offering things like that. We're just trying to help promote it more. So these families know, hey, outside of the classroom, there are plenty of opportunities for them to succeed, right? Okay. So
what's the name of it and website?
It's all5inc.org is the website.
Okay. So, well, I think we're about to hit the music here. We packed a lot in today.
Absolutely.
Power, good to see you.
Good to see you, and thank you for being with us.
Yeah,
TJ.
Thank you guys for the invite. I certainly do appreciate
it. This has been great.
This is wonderful.
You know, we always don't need a reason to find a reason to come together and cut up. So it's been great.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Hey, thanks again for joining us today at Southern Holler in the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio. It's a production studio. Always find our information and our podcasts on negabrx.com. Look for Southern Holler. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
I appreciate it.